small ones protecting this territory or the other territory. That's right. But if there's a lot of security agencies, uh, would any of them have nuclear weapons? Is what I'm asking you, and you say you don't know.
Well,
Okay.
I don't see a reason why they would, because let's just say, I mean, this
Okay.
like I said, this is a hypothetical. I mean, if the whatever territory on average they're protecting, who are they going to use it against?
Well,
Another territory?
they want to be top dog and have the biggest weapons, and nuclear weapons are the biggest weapons.
Well,
But
you wouldn't want
I
to
mean,
use it in
I'm
you wouldn't
not.
want to use it in your own territory
I'm
because your
I'm not
citizens are not
so.
going to want to live in an irradiated area.
Well, I'm not saying that they would or they wouldn't. I'm just examining the possibility. So it's possible that they would, right?
Of course, the U.S. government also owns nuclear weapons.
Yes. Okay. So if various security agencies have nuclear weapons and they have a disagreement, and one of them wants to enforce their use force to make the other security agency comply, is there the possibility that they would nuke them in order, on a first strike, to eliminate their opposition?
Under an anarchist society,
Yeah,
it's possible, and it's possible under the society we have now.
no, right now, there's no possibility that the United States will nuke itself.
No, I'm not talking about itself, but it can nuke somebody else.
Oh, but I'm talking about you and me and itself, the United States. So under anarchism, there's the possibility of nuclear war inside the United States, but when there's a monopoly on legal force, there's no possibility of a nuclear war inside the United States because we would not nuke ourselves.
Yeah, but if all these security agencies own these nuclear weapons, I mean, wouldn't that be akin, maybe similar to this mutual destruction? Just because they have them, why would you seem to be implying that it's more likely they would be used in an anarchist society when they would know, just as we know now, that we don't even want to shoot a nuclear weapon 3,000 miles away because everyone's like, oh my God. Why would you say that that wouldn't be the same issue in an anarchist society just because they have them?
Yeah, I don't know whether they would or they wouldn't, but I'm just saying that there's a risk.
Is there a possibility?
There's a risk of
Yes.
nuclear war amongst security agencies that have nuclear weapons, and that's a risk that we don't have now. And
Within the United States.
within the United States, yeah.
Okay, but not globally.
Globally is
There's
the rest of
still-
the world's problem. We, you know, we have deterrence and an effective deterrence so far. It seems reasonable that nobody will attack us because they would get retaliated. But when you have just a few nuclear weapons or whatever, the incentive for a first strike is greater because once you wipe the other person out with the first strike, that's it. But
I would disagree with that because
okay, well,
I don't see why it would be greater because now you're talking about if you're implying this is a very smaller area, I would think the incentive would be greater not to use them.
no, I'm saying some security agency in California has a dispute with the one in New York,
Okay.
and then there's the risk of civil war that involves nuclear war when they have nuclear missiles, if they have them. If they, the other possibility is that none of them would have them, right? Or you think that they would have them? What do you
I
think?
mean, I would just be speculating. I wouldn't be surprised if I don't know. I think a lot of this comes back to, I mean, let's just say you're talking, this world is not anywhere near ready for a voluntary society. I wouldn't say an anarchist. I use the term voluntary because, I mean, I'll tell you right now, when I use this term anarchist, I think of, no rulers. And I say no rulers as in no coercion of something that you have to be a part of. I can't not be a part of the U.S. government. I have no choice. I can't say, well, I'm not going to pay for this. I'm not going to pay for that. They'll come after me and they'll kill me if I do that. But I mean, even in a voluntary society and in a quote anarchist society, I guarantee you there's going to be some kind of community, some group, some council. There's going to be something, but it's up to you. If it's voluntary, whether you even want to be part of it or not. That's what it comes down to for me. Even quote anarchism, there's going to be some kind of group, community council. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. It's impossible that people are going to be that individualized. I mean, we're a group type of species, and I don't think when it comes to being this voluntary, I don't think the world's ready for that. Not even close, anyway. Because I think a lot of it is going to have to do with the way people raise their kids, the relationships people have. Too many people, I think, have relationships with very toxic individuals that I think breeds a cycle of violence, thinking violence is okay.